Once upon a time, there is a story passed down in a certain area. This story involves a terrible incident involving a sword that belonged to a certain Japanese samurai. When this samurai was alive, his sword was invincible and protected him from his enemies on the battlefield. And at the same time, it made his reputation far beyond his reach. However, the sword had a dark secret. From the day the samurai acquired it, strange things began to happen. It was as if the sword had made itself known to the world. And those who had the sword in their hands were often struck with misfortune. According to the story, after this samurai died, the sword changed owners several times, and each time, inexplicable and terrible events occurred. It is said that whenever someone took the sword, its owner was plagued by nightmares, and some even went suddenly insane. The most famous story is when the sword passed to an old family. The head of the family considered the sword very valuable and tried to keep it safe. But that night, the family began to hear strange noises. Doors opening and closing by themselves, windows breaking by themselves. And the longer the family spent near the sword, the more dire their fate became. Eventually, in their single-minded desire to be free of the sword, they donated it to a temple far away. But then, oddly enough, the temple was destroyed by a mysterious fire a few years later. And the sword disappeared again. After that, no one knows where the sword is. But people whisper that the sword may still exist, somewhere, waiting for a new victim. It's up to you if you believe that there are invisible forces at work. But even if it's just a story, maybe there are some forces at work that can derail a person's destiny.